I grew up in a mining town. My dad was actually a gold miner. And I've often thought Dad could so easily have been some sort of a philosopher. I might then have grown up in a university town. I say this because my dad loved a good discussion, a good debate. And I always remember one of his favorite topics was that of free will, that we human beings had choices. I'm reminded of this because today's readings, that this is the language that they speak. Listen for a moment to the writer of the book of Deuteronomy. See, today I set before you life and prosperity, death and disaster. And again, choose life then, so that you and your descendants may live. And this reminds me of what I consider one of the most perhaps frightening texts in the Holy Bible, which we find in the Gospel of John, chapter 3, verse 19, when he says, "On these grounds is sentence pronounced, that though the light has come into the world, men have shown they prefer darkness to the light." The focus of the readings of this second day of Lent is very clear. It is that we human beings have this awesome privilege and task of living out our freedom. Lent then is like, we could say, a training camp. It's where we practice, indeed, where we train, and where hopefully we grow fit in learning how to shape and sharpen our ability to choose well and to choose life and blessing. Lent is the place where and the time when we are given this wonderful opportunity to become people who live ever better with our freedom. The Gospel today from Luke has words of Jesus that have become quite famous because they've spoken to so many people, and I know in one particular case they were used in a play about St. Thomas More. The words of Jesus are, "What does it profit a man that he gain the whole world but lose his soul?" I recall the Gospel of today speaks these words, and they hit me with an impact always, because they highlight for us just how critical our choices are. They are absolutely important. This year, I haven't heard anything about it yet, but this year is the 50th anniversary of a wonderful book that was called Small is Beautiful. It came out in 1973, and for a while became quite a famous book. Some said it was like a cult book. A lot of people who wanted to change the way the world would be often quoted this book, that we needed to not always seek to be bigger and bigger, faster and faster, richer, more powerful, but rather we needed to realize that in the small things there's great beauty. And I think of this because in talking about decisions today and choices today, and Lent being the time to develop our wisdom and courage to make the right choices, we could very easily be thinking about the big choices of life, the big decisions. And we might then say, well, we don't do too many of those, so it's not really relevant to us. But I think small is beautiful. It's a way of realizing and appreciating that small decisions, well taken, are very, very beautiful. So in the light of the readings today, in this Lent being just one day old, I invite us to make a firm resolution to build something for God over this time. We could say brick by brick, or we could say better. Let us build this beautiful thing for God one small decision after another. May God bless you, and I pray for all of us that it will be a Lent to remember, a wonderful time of growth in our ability to choose blessing